Welcome to our latest Facebook Live with myself and Andy. Hello.
Oh.
And we're going to be covering the exciting topic of bet builders today. Bookmakers are increasingly using bet builders for their offers, and they can be a little confusing to start with. So we're just going to go through what bet builders are, how you can lay them. Often you can, sometimes you can't. Some of the tools that you can use and some of the markets and the ways to lay them. So I'm just going to briefly pass you over to Andy while I put these on to the Facebook groups.
Yeah, I'll just do a bit of a moan about BBL because it looks like it's not coming back, and that was one of the mega offers from last year. I'm still holding out a bit of hope, but the hope's dwindling because I think last year it came out, they released it the 29th of April, and we're now into May and still no announcement. So it looks like that one, it might be another offer that's gone. So we're just going to make the most out of the offers that we do get. And bet builders, they are a really solid money making offer. We're going to go through a couple of different ways of approaching them and doing them and using the OP tools. I mean, the bet builder helper, it's made them 100 times easier for people to understand, because a lot of members don't like football. They don't support football teams. They've probably never heard of Barnsley. So putting these together, it would have been quite hard before without this helper. You could have gone onto the forum, copied one off the forum. That's fine. There's no problem doing that. But what the bet builder helper does, it just makes it 100 times simpler, doesn't it, mate?
Certainly does, yeah. I mean, it's an absolutely fantastic tool made by one of our staff, Ollie, very talented chap who's a real match bet expert and all-round sort of technical whiz with maths and making spreadsheets and calculators and everything. So he's put this together. It's an amazing tool, really, really nice to use. Really easy to use, and it's got some really good features in it as well. So good I use the word really far too many times to describe it. So without further ado, I'll show you what the bet builder helper is, and I'll do some of the screen sharing, and you can have a look to see where to find it. So I'll present this. Takes a few clicks, and there we go. So just from the Offers Hub, it's there are a couple of places that you can go to. So there's the offers and then training. Offers and then training. Here we go. And then I just do Control F, which brings up this little searching box up there at the top, and then type in bet builder, or start typing it, and it automatically goes through to it. As I've mentioned before, this isn't a feature of the website or any particular website. This is just from the browser. I'm using Google Chrome. And then you can click on Bet Builder Helpers. It's got a nice video there. You can see it's quite a lot to it. It's 16 minutes, over 60 minutes long. But because it's nice and detailed, written information as well. Little link to the Bet Builder Helper, as we've always got sort of links to these things. Explains how to use it, etc., etc. And we've got Mr. Advantage Play with us, also known as Andy. So he will be going through some of the other ways to deal with this if you're not backing and laying it. Nothing wrong with that at all, but a lot of people like to sort of lock in a profit and lay things if they can do. So that's one way to find it. The other way to find it is just go to calculators, more advanced calculators, scroll down, and you can see Bet Builder Helper there, and there it is. Okay, so a few, I'll very, very briefly go through the features it's got, and we can go through some examples later. So at the moment, it's not filtered for anything. It's all bookmakers, any number of selections, and you can see that you've got the back bet one, back two, and then how to lay this. So these are the different selections. So team to win, And little information there, you can't use the draw for this, so you have to bet on one team to win, home or away team to win, and then over 0.5 match goals. And then you just lay winner, because this is a sneaky one. Basically what you're doing is you're backing a team to win and there to be over some goals. So if a team wins, there have to be some goals. So betting on a team to win and over 0.5 match goals is the same as betting on the team to win. So you just lay the winner. So that's an example. Some of them have 3 selections. You might have a bookie that says minimum 3 selections for your bet builder, and some of them have 4 selections minimum. I've not heard of any that have 5, but there are some that will say at minimum 4 selections, and you can kind of fix things here. There are loads of different options you can see, correct scores to lay and things like that. So bookmaker filter, this is for the common ones that are used for offers. And so you could pick, let's say, 888. Limits it a little bit because 888 won't allow all of these different possibilities for their bet builders. These are all tested out, so we know which ones are working. So it's not finding hypothetical ones, it's finding ones that actually have been tried and tested and do work. So if you've got 3 selections, let's say you need to have 3 selections, it limits it to this one. So 3 selections there. So there you go. There's only 1 there, but you could do one of the 4 selection ones. If it's minimum 3, you could also have a look at the 4 selections. So that's Bet Builder Helper. And finally, if you click on that, it shows what the exchange market looks like. So there you go. It's really, really nicely done. Very important with this one, with the correct score ones, make sure you're laying the right correct score. So if you're backing team A, let's say team A is the home team, and they're to be over 2.5 goals, you would have to lay 3-1. If you're backing the away team with over 2.5 goals, it would be 1-3. So make sure you're laying the right one. So that's why it says 3-1 or 1-3 for this one. So that's a kind of a whistle-stop tour of it. I'll stop yakking on about it and pass you on to Andy for a little bit.
Yeah, well, funny enough, we haven't even got one question in yet, which must be a record.
It must be. We haven't offered to answer questions, though, to be fair. So if anybody does have any questions, please do fire away. It's nice to kind of go through the questions there. Otherwise, you just hear us kind of waffling on about general bet builders and everything. So feel free to ask questions in a reply to the video thread on the Facebook page, and we will try to get through those. Otherwise, we will just crack on and go through bet builders.
Yeah, I think there's three main ways that you can approach bet builders. The first one is where you lay everything, like taking 888 for example, because they usually have a £10 risk free on once a week, or especially on big matches or Champions League or any kind of final, they'll have a £10 risk free on. You can normally lay all on that quite easily. And probably bank yourself £5-6 with just a couple of minutes work. Another one is one like the Willie Mill one. I think Willie Mill's one today was bet 5 get 5, and I did have a quick scan through the forum, and people were posting up really low qualifying losses. I think I saw one that was 14p, one that was 16p, that got you a free £5 bet. And again, you could have laid that for 60%, 70% maybe. I didn't see any of the lays on the second part of the bet. Or the third option, it's what I usually do, especially with 888, is just treat it as an advantage play, because I know if the back builder I back doesn't come in, I'm going to get a minimum of £7 to £8 back off the free bet. And over the years, that has given me and people that treat those as advantage plays a lot of profit. It's just really, as long as you don't put crazy things into your bet builder, you want to be looking at something something that's around 4 or 5 decimal to 1, that's got a chance of landing. Like on tonight's match, you might have like Haaland to score a goal, over 3.5 goals, 1 card for the away team. That's probably going to return you something around about 4 to 5, 4 decimal to 5 decimal. which gives you a return of a decent profit of, say, up to £40 on that bet builder. But I'll do the same with Betfred, with William Hill. That's just my way of treating it because I'm so far down the line. But it's okay to do the first two, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Right, we have some questions that have come up.
We've all come flooding in now.
I have, yeah. Well, we've done it now. We've opened the floodgates. Right, this is a good one. Right. So, are there any go-to bets you generally use each time? And I think you probably do more of these than I do.
If I was laying it, then I'd be a real sneak and just go to the forum, like I said earlier, and just see what everybody else has found out to be the ones with the lowest qualifying loss. I'm sure I saw Man City and under 3.5 goals, and that was the one that was the 14-15p qualifying loss. So instead of being like super keen and going through every possible option and finding one with the lowest qualifying loss, be a cheat like me, go onto the forum and let somebody else do the hard work for you. Because the members on there, they're super helpful. And if they find one with a really low qualifying loss, they'll post it. So if I was doing it that way, I'd just go straight to the forum, find the forum link for it.
Yeah,
takes all the hard work out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. The people on the forum are great. Like the Facebook group, really, really supportive of each other. So often, as Andy says, people will find a bet that they've done, they'll place the bet, and they'll go, I found this, and basically helping each other. So it's a really, really good point about the forums that people help each other with them. And so if you're helped by somebody else, then you might want to sort of, when you found a bet by yourself, you post it on as well. So it's the same with price boosts. They are, posted by members. Really, really appreciate people posting them. Completely optional for people to post them, but people like to share, and the more people share, the more other people will want to contribute as well. So it's kind of mutually beneficial, I suppose, for this.
Yeah, we all make money together, don't we?
Absolutely, yeah. So there will be some, for certain offers, there'll be certain go-to bets. As Andy says, if you're laying it, then you'll want to go for something that gives you a nice small qualifying loss, something relatively straightforward to create, and something relatively straightforward to lay as well. You'll get your sort of a standard ones that work quite well with different bookies, but it will vary from bookie to bookie.
Yeah, let me take that one.
There you go.
Yeah, I always find the lay bets are too high against the back bet. Yeah, I think this occurs when you're trying to find your own one. Yep. When you're trying to find your own, and you can be going through like 5, 6, 7, or 8 options, and they might have a qualifying loss of say £1.50, £2, maybe a little bit higher. That's usually because you might be looking at something that's got odds of 12 and then the lays something like 16, 17. So that's going to be tricky. But it just goes back to the point. If you just revert back to the forum, the members on there, they will show you the ones with the lowest qualifying losses. Yeah.
Right, next one here. So the best bookies for these, Bet365 Boost. So yeah, there are the bet boosts provided by Bet365. It's basically it's not really sort of starting off looking for bet builders and then having a look at particular bet builders and working out how to lay them with a particular bookie. It's finding an offer that we've got listed. So I'll just go through a few of the offers we've got at the moment, just in the reload offers section, just to show you the sort of offers that are there. So I'll just present this, just briefly go through these ones. So yeah, so if I go to offers and then reload offers, and then if I do again Control F trick, and then bet builders, there are a few. So there's the live score bet one, bet £5, get £5 free bet, and then Virgin Bet, their sister company, unsurprisingly with the same offer basically. And then you've got bet builders with the bet boost with Bet365, and then another one with Betway, which you can do bet £25, get you £10 free bet, either accumulators or bet builders. So, whatever your favorite is really, and whichever probably gives you a smallest qualifying loss. So nice offer there. It's a weekly one. So that's just what's available at the moment and listed at the moment. So that's it's basically just have a look to see which ones are there. So the Virgin one, for example, just another point to make is that the terms will always be, we always try to link to the actual terms on the bookmaker. So if I click on that, and you can have a look at all the different terms, the rules of the offer. One of the great things about being a member of Outplayed and using the site is that all this nonsense there, all this jargon, you don't need to go through it, because the offers team goes through it, checks it, and writes it up in a much nicer format like this one. Tells you exactly what
easier.
And nothing more, basically. You can obviously ask about it. You can check the terms yourself if you've got any questions about it. Contact us, ask us if there's anything that's not clear. But yeah, this is the way to look at it. As Andy says, look on the forum. If you click on discuss offer on the forum, it will ask me to log into the forum. Excitingly enough, I thought I covered that one, but there you go. And if you have a look down here, there you go. So 66p qualifying loss. Not too bad for a £5 qualifying bet to get a £5 free bet. And
nice and easy.
Yeah, nice easy one. Some people might go, 67p is a bit steep, but considering you can go through it, bet it in a few, in probably less than a minute, log in, place your bets, get it done, then it's really quick, and then you can move on to the next offer. So it's not necessarily best to keep looking, try, I want to get it down to 60p or 50p, because the time you've spent finding the better one may well have been better spent
doing another offer.
Absolutely. I was in the same sort of situation to start with. I would always, that one's better. That one's a £3.90 profit from the free bet rather than only £3.80. Which, if you do it very, very quickly, it's great, makes you feel better. But ultimately, we're trying to get through the offers a little bit more quickly. So yeah. And in terms of the offer itself, you would go to Virgin, and you'd find a football match. You can see if I can find the bet builders section. So any football match, it says, I tend to go for Premier League if possible, and so we'll go for one that starts tomorrow, for example. And there's the bet builder section there. So I'm logged in. You don't always need to be logged in, I don't think, for different sites, but I've logged in anyway just to make sure. And then build your own. So a lot of them will be build your own ones. The popular ones, if you go for these ones are, ones that you can almost never lay these.
The pre-builds.
So yeah, it's sometimes they say you have to go for these ones, in which case it's advantage play. Basically, you've got the advantage. You can't lay the bets, either the free bet or the qualifying bet, or one or both. You might not be able to lay it, so you have to treat it as advantage play, so that you might win or lose, but in the long term you make a profit, because a bet £5, get £5 free bet is still profitable even if you can't lay anything, because you have the advantage, because you can't lose anything with that £5 bet. On average, you'll lose a little bit on the £5 bet, which is why gamblers lose out. They if you keep doing £5 bets on without doing an offer, you will lose a little bit every time on average, which is the bookie's edge. Basically, it's their margin. But because we've got the free bet, the £5 is £5 free bet, whether you lay it or not has a value. Obviously, we lay it if we can, and it's still got a value whether or not you lay it. So that's why it's advantage play, basically. So the ones you need are the build your own ones. So the sort of bets you'd go for is, I would be going to the bet builder helper. If I have a look at the offer here, if we just go back to the previous page, back again, here we go. So £5 bet, odds of 3 or greater on any bet builder market. So I'd be creating one that you can lay. So there's a link there which goes through to the bet builder training. Tells you when to do this, basically, but you'd obviously read that through. So bet builder helper, it doesn't say the minimum number of selections. It would always say if it's like minimum of 3. So 2 will be fine. If we go to this one, change it to Virgin bet. We've got 4 selections still, so I need to change it to 2 selections. So different ones you can go for. So these ones are all standard markets that we've got. So these are all available on Smarkets. For example, this one, that's what it looks like. You've got Smarkets, Betfair, and Matchbook is what they look like. So you can always find the market nice and easily. The only thing to consider there is this one is one of 2, depending on whether it's the home team or away team you've gone for. So you just basically go on. This one, it says you can use the draw, and then it's winner and both teams to score. So this is a nice, easy one. So team to win, I'll go for this one here. So Brighton, Man United, team to win.
I'd go Brighton because they're in magnificent form at the moment.
Yeah. So there you go. We'll go for Brighton. So match result will be Brighton. So make sure you don't select the first 10 minutes or the first half or the second half. So match result will be Brighton. So Brighton to win, add to bet slip. And then we've got that in the bet slip there. Please add at least 2 selections. So there's only 1 there. So the other selection, just go back and check. And it says both teams to score, yes. So go here and I go both teams to score. There we go. And then it's, again, this one, make sure it's set to the match. And then back there. And both teams to score. So both teams score yes in the match. Yes, select that, add to bet slip. And there we go. You can see bet builder odds are 3.25. So minimum odds are 3 for this offer, so that will be fine. So Brighton to win, both teams to score, yes. And then it just remains to go to Smarkets. And Smarkets are here. And then we go to Brighton. Can't type. So Brighton. Brighton. So we've got the Brighton Racing there. It's Andy's fault. He told him to go for Brighton. He made me do it. So Brighton versus Man United is there. And so we're not looking to lay. You can create bet builders with Smarkets. You could select as back bets Brighton and both teams to score and put them on as a lay bet. There's no need for this one. Sometimes you can do that and sometimes you can't. The creating your own multiples on Smarkets is a little bit hit and miss. It's normally pretty good, but sometimes things don't work and you're much better to go for the standard market, which is winner and both teams to score, which is this. So
yeah, if it's already pre-built,
yeah,
just use the pre-built. It's just making it easier again for you, isn't it?
I've not compared, to be honest. It's certainly easier, and I don't think you'll ever get better odds. You may do. I don't think you would tend to get better odds if you were creating this for yourself. So here you go. Brighton to win, both teams to score, yes, 3.8. So not a fantastic choice, possibly. 3.25 back odds, 3.8 lay odds, but that's literally the first one I've found. So you'd back that. You'd put your stake in, which is a £5, stake of £5. And then this one here, 3.8, just click on that. So you basically back this. You'd enter the odds into the standard calculator, 3.25 back odds, normal mode, and then 3.8 lay odds, back £5. You'd already have this ready before you place the back bet, and then back bet first, and then lay it. And that's it. That's your qualifying bet done. So it's okay. 3.25, 3.8 is not particularly close, but that's why, as Andy says, if you go on the forum, you can see what people have gone for. But that's a nice, easy one to lay. But there are loads of other ones you could choose. These ones as well, with the correct scores, etc., etc. Some of them are quite sneaky. So Team A, so Brighton to score over 0 match goals, and Manchester United to score over 0 match goals as well, and then both teams to score yes. So yeah, you can create those ones as well.
Yeah, I think this question leads into what we've just been talking about. I've never done a bet builder in a couple of minutes, but by using the calculator that's just been shown, you can do it quite easily because you've gone through that deliberately slowly, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But just by copying the ones off the forum, you can really get that done in a minute, quite easily. It's a lot better than, as we've said before, than going through and trying to find your own selections with low qualifying losses. Like I said, it's a lot easier for other people to do it for you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you might find if you look at them and the qualifying losses are a bit high, you think you might be able to do better, and you're happy to spend a bit of time. Then by all means, use the Bet Builder helper. Find some better options. Find the best one you can. If you feel like sharing it on the forum, Facebook group, whatever, then feel free to do that, and that's always appreciated by the members and us as well. And then you might learn that a particular bookie, that's a really good choice of a bet builder to create, and then you can have a look for the same sort of thing in the future. Again, obviously check on the forum as well. Facebook group, forum is probably the best place to look because it's all the Virgin offer that I just looked at has a dedicated thread, so just look on that thread and then it's there. Facebook group's great, but it's not quite as organized as the forum in terms of finding things. So you can do them in a couple of minutes. Some of them will take a little bit longer if nobody's posted anything, or it's a particularly tricky one. Then it might take you quite a bit longer than that.
Again, can I get my idle hat out?
You certainly can.
But sometimes I'll have a look first in the morning and nobody's posted one, but the closer it gets to kick-off time, then the more likely you are to find somebody that's posted one. So really, the best time to look, it's usually around tea time, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. If it's an evening match or if it's an afternoon match, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and you'll find the threads just getting populated by people finding all these good matches.
Yeah, absolutely. So wait until somebody else does the work is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
I like it. It works for me too. Right, so look at the next one then. So guys, when you get good at these, doing these, are they a good use of time? My initial thought was to avoid them because they seem a lot of work compared with other free bet offers. If you are new to them and you're looking on Bet Builder Helper and you're reading through the guide for how to do bet builders, and you're having a look at different options and looking at, is that team better or that team better to go for with both teams to score, and maybe the draw's better, or maybe I'll go for a different one. If you're doing all of that, then they're going to take quite a while to do. Now, you'll learn a lot doing that. You learn how to create bet builders. You learn how different bookmaker sites work with bet builds. They're all slightly different, apart from Virgin and LiveScoreBet. They're probably pretty much exactly the same. But what you'll get used to them, and if you do a particular offer again and again, then you'll find some bookies do, like LiveScoreBet, Virgin Bet often do these. 888, frequently do them. Bet365, their boost. So you get used to the kind of bets you can do with bookmakers for their offers. I would say they're definitely worth doing, partly because once you get used to them, they're quite quick, and partly because bookmakers really like them. And so there is a lot of money on the table, basically. Relatively easy money, certainly once you're used to them, and especially if you use people's forum posts, nick those ones, which is absolutely a valid strategy. I've used it all the time in the past. The lazy option, but we all do it. Save time. Why not? Then it's well worth getting used to them, because it's just another string in your bow, basically, and nice easy profit. So it's up to you whether you do them or not, but I think they're definitely worth doing because so many different bookies do them, and it's lock in a profit or advantage play them.
It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for there to be 3, 4, 5 bookies a day offering these bet builder offers, and let's say you only make £3 from each offer, but that's £15 a day, and then you times that by the days in the year, that suddenly becomes a really nice number. So it is worth doing. This is quite an easy one. It is.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a good question. Any chance we can get these bet builder deals in onto matches like tools in the near future and outplayed? Searching and comparing for good odds in the bet builder is getting difficult. I think it would be almost impossible because there's too many imponderables, and there's yellow cards, red cards, corners. Who scores the first goal? Who scores the last goal? Anytime goal scorer. I, I did need a computer like Deep Thought to try and get that one programmed. It would be near enough impossible, that one, mate, wouldn't it?
I think so, yeah. And even if you did use Deep Thought, it would just come up with the answer
Yeah.
42, and that would be it. And
Yeah.
like, it would take too long, and that's all you've got. So, so yeah, it's one of those things that I think it's going to be difficult. But I think we've looked into it in the past and kind of discarded it just because, yeah, you can't get the data from the bookmakers in terms of the bet builders that are available, basically. Yeah, I think that would be too tricky to do. So,
and another problem you'd have is if you picked a player to score and he didn't start the match, then you've only got a 3-legged bet builder because they'd void a leg, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so you'd have to be very limited in terms of probably sticking to the ones on the bet matcher, the bet builder matcher, I would think. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Right, here we go. So it can take a while to do this. So this is the tale of woe. Can be very frustrating match painter sometimes, especially if there's a new offer. So I spent over 2 hours last week trying to find a low qualifying loss on party poker for the weekly club. I was nearly crying. I've had this sort of thing where you've got an offer, it's just like it's just not going well. So it took a stupid high qualifying loss in the end just to get it done. Yeah, I mean, one of those things that probably next time, if you do the party poker weekly club again, and you know that low qualifying losses are hard to come by, spend 5 minutes, less than that, stupid high qualifying loss, get it done.
Yeah, move on.
So it's something you learn. It comes with experience, because it's not obvious that a particular bookie isn't going to be easy to find low qualifying losses on. And if nobody's posted anything on the forum for it, you might just be best, finding something that works as an eligible bet, put it on, lay the bet, get your free bet, whatever it is, and then get it done, move on. Probably better for your account health as well, going for stupid high qualifying losses, but you're still making a profit. So yeah.
This one, is it possible to lay over half-time goals and over wide full-time goals? You can do, but that's just going to be a sequential lay, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Sequential lay.
Yeah, I believe you should be able to do that. This is sequential lay.
I think by doing that, you're going to lower your qualifying loss, but you are making it more complicated for yourself. Because I know what it's like being a father. I've been in positions where I've been doing sequential bets, and child A or child B has done something and needs picking up right away. So that bet can go easily down. So it's much better doing the lay or no lay way of doing it, whichever one you want to do, rather than complicating it. It's just adding a complication, that for me, doing a sequential bet.
Yeah, there's normally no need to do bets like that. There's normally, the Bet Builder Helper shows that there are quite a few with different bookies that work, that you can lay. So it's probably best not to overcomplicate things with doing those sort of things. Sometimes people do make mistakes. We get it on customer support quite a bit. Somebody will have backed something and they've laid it and it's not right. A big top bit of advice is if it looks too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
Unless it's a William Hill boost, in which case they're probably quite good. So if it's a William Hill boost with a really good profit, you boost it to lay odds of 1.3, which looks ridiculous. They happen sometimes, but those are genuine. We will always post something like that because it's such a good thing. But if you create your own bet, like a bet builder, and you find that the back odds are 3, and the lay odds are 2.3, you have made a mistake, basically. Yeah. Because it just never happens. The bookies aren't that generous. They will always have an edge, and with a bet build, they'll have quite a big edge. So potentially, so they're more likely to have, like the one I found, 3.25 and 3.8. Back and lay odds. One of the problems that people get is that they will sometimes, I had this today, so apologies to the person if they're watching, but I won't mention your name. But what they did was they had backed a team to win. They backed Man City to win, and they backed home team to score over 3.5 goals. And they'd laid winner and both teams to, winner and over 3.5 goals.
Yeah.
So what they've done is they've backed Man City to win and Man City to get over 3.5 goals. And they'd laid Man City to win and there to be over 3.5 goals in the match, which is different. So you can lose both bets. Basically, if it was Man City won 3-1, then you'd lose both bets because you wouldn't win the back bet because Man City didn't get over 3.5 goals, even though they won, and you'd lose your lay bet because it was Man City winning and there were over 3.5 goals in the match. So, yeah, there you go. So just be careful to select the right selection.
Again, it's just it reverts back to one of the things that we always bang on about, and that's just take those extra few seconds and just look through it once, look through it twice, look through it 3 times, and if it passes that, you should be good to go. But like we've said, if you're ever stuck, I'm always here to give you an hand.
Yeah. With that one, I believe, I hope so, because it's the advice I gave, you can lay that one, if you did back Man City to win and Man City to get over 3.5 goals, you can lay it with any other home win. Andy's screen is frozen there for a second as he's thinking about that.
But this is a good one. Are there any do's and don'ts for putting on a free bet not to indicate that we're match betting? There's one glaringly obvious one, and that's taking those high percentage matches, anything around the 78, 79% match on a free bet. That would be too high for me, and it would take a lot. It would take a lot of finding. I'd be much happier taking a match of say 70%, somewhere around 7%. If I can find a nice quick 70% matchup, I'll be taking that all day long. And like we keep on expressing, just moving on to the next offer as soon as humanly possible.
Also, going for high-profile events is a good thing to do. I mean, the Virgin one is any football match. You're probably almost certainly better to go for Premier League rather than National League. So stick to high-profile events for these ones as well. Right, we have a tip here. Thank you very much, Facebook user. So just a tip. My favourite is to back draw and both teams to score no, or under 0.5 goals and lay 0-0, because my exchange will usually win as soon as there's a goal. So I'm going to think about this one.
Yeah,
I should probably think before I put these on, otherwise it's going to be faced with the question.
My favourite is to back draw both teams to score, so that's 0-0. No, 0-0. And lining up because the exchange will win. So sort of makes sense. So you're backing 0-0 and laying 0-0 because there ain't a lot of 0-0 matches happen.
As soon as there's a goal, you're winning your layback. So it's not a bad choice, because then you get if the bet is settled before the end of the match, then you'd get your liability returned. So yeah. Very good. All right.
To keep things simple, I tend to do each offer ASAP and tick the today's box in the odds matcher to find the bet, get it done, move on to the next. I think that's what we've. I think that's what we've been expressing. Really, is just work through them. One tip is with the list. That list does get updated throughout the day. So if you go on at 9 o'clock in the morning, don't expect that's all the offers that's going to be throughout the day. There will be more added to it through the day. when the bookies release the offers, they don't release them all at 8:30. Some might release them at 11, some at 12, some at 1 o'clock, some at 3. So it's always worth checking back in to that thread every couple of 3 hours.
Just having a look at the answer to the next question, which I think I know. If I can find it. Smarkets have added loads of markets relatively recently. It's nice to see, but it's a little bit hard to find the right one. So look, here we go. Right, I'm just having a look at to see whether this one can be laid. So there we go. I'll log in as well. Just seeing if
now, do you want about that question below?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the answer is no.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So I will just go through just to point out that some things don't work, basically. So quick screen share. So share screen, and there we go. So question is, I'll go back to what the actual question is. So question is here. Excuse the mad screen thing we've got going there. So can you lay team to score over goals and first goal scorer on Smarkets? It seems people on forum mention it, for example, the Man City game, and I get bet builder lay error. I have never seen this work. I'm not sure if they're laying it. Not sure how they're doing this, if they are laying it. But if we have a look on Smarkets, so we've got here, this is not the Man City game. Well, I can try the Man City game. I'll get rid of these. So the question was, could we lay Man City, and I need to choose a Man City player. It's going to show my ignorance here. And
Haaland.
Here we go. Yeah, he's one.
The Angry Viking.
Yeah, the Angry Viking. So go for Haaland. So Adam is back bets, and then you can see you could if you wanted to back this, you could do. So this is for Man City to win, and for Haaland to be the first goal scorer. They're happy to take back bets on this.
I don't think they will, mate. You can't do it as a lay.
You can't do it as a lay, but they'd be happy to take a back bet.
Yeah.
So buy. But so the point is that you can create it as a back bet. As soon as you click it on sell, it says current selections are not available for a multiple at the moment. So no, the answer is no, you can't lay those ones.
That functionality, it did work for about 2 weeks.
All right.
I'm talking like six or 7 months ago. It worked. You could actually lay the wacky stuff, but for some reason, S Markets just took that away. But we've got the bet builder open, so that does the hard work for you. But for that one, you can't do it.
For this one, yeah, you're probably better to go for 0-0 with the free bet rather than qualifying, because the odds tend to be a bit high.
Yeah.
So yeah, good choice for the free bet, definitely. So thank you for that. Let's have a look. Okay, right. So this is the reason it was asked.
Yeah.
So lay over X half-time goals and over Y full-time goals looks like the easiest options for the pools featured creator bet. Oh, the featured one. Okay, hence the reason I asked if it could be laid. Yeah, as Andy says, yes, it could. It would be a sequential lay, so you'd have to use the ACCA calculator to enter that in, basically, and to lay it as 2 different legs.
You just have to make sure you're round for half time to get that second bet on, if it's not already gone down.
Yeah, so you got a 15-minute slot basically to do that. So that's dispatched all the questions for the moment.
Any more for any more?
You'll wrap it up early tonight.
We could go on about the merchandise again.
We could go on about the merchandise. Yeah,
it's
not arrived yet, has it? No. People have asked for my address. It's just like, oh, this looks promising. Hoodie in the post. Oh, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know how it's being delivered by pigeon as well. It's a very tired pigeon flapping along with my hoodie. It's not coming here anytime soon. But we'll see it. This is not it. It's just my top. Right. So yeah, I mean the offers. It's should we go through another offer, another bet builder?
Let's do one more. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
one
one.
more bet builder. So I'll have a look at
That's fine.
another offer. I'll find one first.
Oh dear,
So
excuse me.
reload offers. Let's have a look. So bet builder. So I'm not going to
Did,
do the
um,
Virgin
did,
one.
William, did William Hill have one for today? Or was I
Uh,
just
they
dreaming that?
they might have done. It might be in the archive. I'm going to have a look. What I will do is I will share the screen so you can see what I'm doing, rather than just talking and looking in random directions. Share this. Okay, so where are we? Okay, so if you go to the forum, if there has been an offer on for the day, what we do, the office team do, is any offers that are available now to still qualify for will be under the reload offers section. So you can scroll down, you can do your searches for them, filter, things like that. However, as soon as, not quite as soon as, but when the offer, you can't qualify for it anymore, even if the free bets still, you might not have used the free bets yet, they get removed from the reload offers section to basically to avoid people still betting on them, and because it clogs them up with offers that you can't do anymore. So if the offer's been removed from the reload offers section, it will still in existence, but you need to go into the forum to find it. And so you would go for sports reload offers and then sports reload archive. And then let's have a look to see if it's there. So William Hill, this could be it. I'll have a look at this. And yeah, so this is what they call their bet builders. So build your odds. Any sort of this is from the 1st of May. So £5 on any, build your odds market of Leicester versus Everton, odds of 2.0 or greater. So calculator's normal. It says warning, pre-existing your odds markets do not count. So you must build your own using your odds builder, which is what you'd probably want to do anyway, because the pre-existing ones you probably can't lay. You'd have to do them as advantage play. So let's have a look. So William Hill. Not sure if I need to log in for this. I might do. So let's have a look at betting. And right, so, and it's obviously you can't qualify for it anymore because it has finished. So you would have to go to, let's say, I'm just going to choose a football game. And so I'm going to choose this one. And build your odds. So this is one here. So I need to log in basically. Okay, so William Hill are a source of quite a lot of confusion. Let's just change my odds format.
Deliberately.
Yeah, they're quite hard. It's quite easy to make a mistake with this one. So build your odds. Let's have a look. So build your odds. Here we go. So right. So this is one of the sources of error. Sometimes you've got different options. So let's say you were going for the total goals over 3.5 goals in the game, or probably more likely to be under 1.5. So under 1.5 goals. If you were betting on Liverpool to win and for there to be under 1.5 goals, you would have to select under 1.5 for both teams combined. Okay, what you don't do, even though you're betting on Liverpool to win, you wouldn't select Liverpool, because that would be for Liverpool themselves to get under 1.5 goals, not for under 1.5 in the game. So let's yeah, can't do this because I've got a thing in the way here. Here we go. Right, so I will remove these options. Can I remove these options? Use selections. Okay. So what you'd have to do, let's have a look at the offer here. So any build your odds market. So what I'd be doing, I'd be having a look at the forum to see what we've got. Here's a nice easy one. Okay, so 2.7, 3.1, 63 pence qualifying loss. So betting on Leicester and under 3.5 goals. Nice and straightforward one. So I'm going to go for this one. So Leicester and under 3.5 goals would be. In fact, I'll go for this one here. Let's see, when does it start? 9 minutes. Plenty of time to get this sorted. We're not going to actually lay anything, obviously, but I'm going to go for this one. So I would create here. Let's have a look at the. I'll get the same game up. So Liverpool Fulham. I'll go for. It's going to be flitting about all over the place. So Liverpool Fulham. This one here. This one's also in 8 minutes time. So let's say I was going to go for a minimum odds of 2. So what's the bet builder going for? Let's have a look. So William Hill. So if I went for Liverpool to win, in fact, I need the bet builder on. You see how quick and easy this is. So both teams combined, and I'm going for Liverpool and let's say over 3.5. So over 3.5 goals. So view selections. I'll bin these ones so I can start again. So over 3.5 goals I've got in there, and then I need match results as well. And match result. Shout out if you can see it. And that's the total goals, so it's not going to be there. For some reason they put this in a strange place. Total goals result. There you go. Randomly.
Unlike William Hill to make things tricky.
Absolutely. So we've got here. Okay, so that's 2.55. I've got the bet slip there, which I don't need. And I've lost my bet builder again. There it is. Okay, so view selections. We've got over 3.5 goals and Liverpool to win. So over 3.5 goals, Liverpool to win. So this is match result and over. So I'm going to do control. I'm going to go for over. Match results, a winner and over. Here we go. So we've got 3.5 and Liverpool and over 3.5. Just check this. So so over 3.5 goals. Check that's not Liverpool or Fulham. Check it's actually both teams combined, which it is. And Liverpool to win in 90 minutes. Again, check that's not first half or anything. This is 90 minutes. They're both 90 minutes. This is for both teams combined. This is for Liverpool to win the game. So 2.55 for Liverpool and over 3.5. Liverpool over 3.5, 2.86. Not so
that's not horrific.
It's not bad. Yeah. So is it just so you can sort of stick it in there. So 2.55 and 2.86, and it's a £5 qualifying bet, I think.
Yeah,
£5. So sticking in the calculator. So £5 normal mode, 2.55, 2.86, and it's 55 pence. So it's very respectable. Nice easy one. Just make sure the odds are high enough, and that's absolutely fine. I'd be happy to take that. Nice high profile game. All done, even with my faffing.
Decent question. If you do the same combination for your free bet all the time, e.g. draw both teams to score, no, could this flag as suspicious? No, the bookies simply haven't got the manpower all the time to go through checking individual accounts just to see if they're putting the same bet on. It's what a punter would do if they were following a certain team. I couldn't see that ever being a problem, ever.
No, I've never been a genuine gambler, but I'm sure, I would imagine that lots of them will have a favourite sort of bet to go for. You create a certain bet builder bet. They might even be creating bet builder bets on ones that you can lay. Gamblers wouldn't lay them, but they may well create some that just by chance you could lay if you wanted to.
Yeah, I couldn't see a problem with that at all. This one on Coral, how do you do both teams to score? No. Can you open that? Surely that's just both teams to score. No.
I would think so. I'm going to have a look. Once I've logged in, here I am. I'm in. Right. So there we go. Right. Right, here's Coral then, and football matches. Yeah, I can still do this one, I'm sure. It's my challenge to get it done in the time. So here we go. We've got slightly different format with this one. Build your bet is what they call it there. And we're looking for both teams to score no.
Yeah.
Both teams to score both. And then, okay, you have... Oh, okay, I see what the question is. Yeah, so both teams to score and both halves.
Have they changed that? Are they getting ultra tricky as well?
Both teams to score. Yeah, it might be one that we might need to get back to you on if it's possible at all. So both teams to score in both halves. This is clearly just yes, isn't it? So this is yeah. So select team, both teams to score. So both teams to score in both halves. There's only a yes option there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Both teams. Yeah, that's the only option there. Answers on the back of a postcard if you know how to do this, please. So I don't know, actually. This is an interesting one. Let's just add it. Let's remove that. So both teams to score in both halves. Yes. No. That's in both halves. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh. No, this is not what we want. So both teams to score in both halves.
No.
Definitely no on that one. Interesting. Answer is I don't know how to do that one at the moment.
That's weird not having the both teams to score option. It's the first time I've ever seen a book without it.
Yeah, popular market. That's all markets as well. So popular markets. So I mean, there is a both teams to score, but it doesn't do what you'd expect it to do. So build your bet. Football. I just double check it. I don't think it's there actually. So match betting, both teams to score, and so I meant 90 minutes is what I meant. So both teams to score in 90 minutes.
So you can only do it as a yes. You can't do it as a no.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? It's
so you could lay the bet with both teams to score yes, but you can't do it with both teams to score no. You can either say Liverpool or Fulham.
Yeah,
which is good.
It's strange. So yeah, there's no way. There's no option there, which is bizarre. So the answer is good question. The answer is, to the best of my knowledge, you can't. Okay. So there you go.
Yeah, and somebody said like you have to do both halves. Yeah, we've picked up on that one.
90-minute option. Yeah.
That might be one to ask Ollie. That one. That's.
I think so, yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for pointing out my stupidity. Yeah. Yes, I was doing the wrong thing. Thank you. I was on it eventually, but thank you for that. Yeah, so it is just in 90 minutes rather than both halves. That's what confused me. Can you not do 0-0?
Both teams not now because 1-0 would kill it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Both teams to score 1-0 would be no good.
3-0. Yeah. So that wouldn't work either. So yeah, there are some things, some oddities. Some bookmakers sometimes throw a spanner in the works for no apparent reason. They get perfectly good bets and go, well, I'm not going to allow that. That's too easy. They probably removed it just right. They saw our Facebook Live coming on, like, let's remove that. Okay, and we'll put some person on to ask the question on the Facebook Live chat. This person's from Coral who asked that question. Here we go. This Coral representative here, Facebook user. We're on to you, trying to make us look daft. So yeah, as far as I know, you can't do it. So it's a case of finding another one. And it's something that if we find that, we check it and it's not possible, pass it on to Ollie. He can have a bit of a tweak of the bet builder matcher and bet builder helper, and we might have to remove certain options for Coral, for example. But yeah, if you find it doesn't work, then just let us know. Ask the question. Sometimes they're just hard to find, and sometimes bookmakers are just weird and they don't let you do things.
Yeah, rather unfair as well.
Bookmakers unfair.
Especially not bringing that BBL offer back.
Oh yeah, yeah. In bad
Tears.
books.
There were rivers of tears.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, we expected that. I think early May, didn't we? Has it been confirmed? It's not coming.
No, it's not been confirmed, but last year they started the 29th of April, so
Hmm.
there's no announcements. Like I said, I'm still hoping, but I am a very glass half full kind of person. Even if it was mid-June, I'd still think there's a chance.
Yeah.
Hopefully, one of the other guys will bring it back from last year. Maybe Jennings is going to bring it back for bigger festivals. I don't know. Fingers crossed.
There you go, Andy. What's the BBL offer?
No point talking about it because it's not back. No. But no, it's an horse racing offer, BBL. It simply put, your horse has got to be within a length of the horse that wins the race, not within a length of the horse in front of it. It's got to be within a length of the winner. And some of the bookies, it's a really good value offer because you could back either the first or the second or the third favourite for a few pennies qualifying loss. And if your horse got beaten within that length, which you might not think happens very often, but in flat racing and the short flat races where it's 5 furlongs, 6 furlongs, 7 furlongs, it's not uncommon for there to be 5, 6, 7 horses within a length of the winner. Yeah, somebody's a bit gutted to say joined just as BBL ended last year. Yeah. It was such a good offer. It really is. But like I said, there's still hope. I'm still hoping. It just dwindles by the day.
Plenty of other offers available.
Yeah.
Plenty more fish in the sea, as they say. There we go. So a bit of advice here as well. So I find that the bet builder qualifying bet with the lowest odds on Smarkets winner and both teams to score yes or no gives me the lowest loss.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll get some favourites, and some things work really well with certain bookies. So
and that's usually going to be a market that's going to have a lot of liquidity in it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's very common.
It's probably going to be like the third most popular market on there.
Yeah. Right. I think we've got through all the questions.
We have.
So,
indeed.
Thanks for all the contributions. Again, we've got through again. Keeps happening. So yeah, thanks for all of your contributions, your questions, and for joining us, whether it's live or on the replay. We're available. There are links on the Facebook page, aren't they, to all the old ones that we've had, and they're also on the forum. And we record all of these, and they're all on the forum, and it's the general section, general announcements, and it's the top pinned one. If you look through those, you can see they're all labeled. Within a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes of this, I generally list them and add them to the bottom of that. So if you wanted to go back and watch the start, if you've missed it, or watch it at any point, that's where they'll be.
Yeah, if you want to find them on Facebook, you just go to media, click the media tab, then you'll find the videos, and you'll see the past few months of me and the very handsome Simon waffling on about all the different offers that we do as match bettors.
You're too kind. Definitely too kind. But yeah, thanks ever so much for joining us, myself and the quite dashing Andy. Yeah, we will be back, either myself or Andy, or it could be Oz, it could be Chris. So we have a few different people doing the Facebook lives, kind of mix and match a little bit, so you don't get tired of the same. You probably do get tired of the same faces, but anyway, it's we do our best to mix it up a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, we will be back. So normally every Wednesday we'll be doing a Facebook live. If there's a big horse racing festival or something, we might have a few, like we did with Cheltenham, but generally it's Wednesdays we do these, but they're also always available on to catch up, basically. So there you go. But yeah, thanks ever so much for joining us.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up now, so we're going to go with our favourite. So it's good night from me,
and it's goodbye from is over there. Yeah, I'll get this eventually. Him. Have a good one, everyone.
See you later, everybody. See you later. Good night.